G'day everybody, welcome to Sid's Garden and let's get growing. So this is some big bales, 8x4 bales of wheat straw I got, and obviously there's some wheat seed in them because the wheat's growing. Anyway, not a lot happened in the garden this week, although I have made some plans to do some other stuff. This little enclosure of pallets here has a failed nectarine tree in it. That's been there for 2 years and died the first year. Our soil, as I said, is very alkaline. I did dig a large hole there, almost a metre square, metre deep, and fill it with compost. But again, the other issue is our water isn't great. So after doing some research, I have a fig tree to put in here. So I want to get some fruit trees and I want to get something that's going to work. So a fig it will be. So moving on to the first bed with the corn in it. So I've got the corn, the lettuces are pretty much done, they're going to come out. And I think, I'm not sure yet, but I think I'll possibly fill that in with broad beans, or maybe some yellow butter beans that I bought. Today we've just come back from the Big Smoke, I went to a show over the weekend and bought some plants on the way back. Also bought some marigolds that I'm going to put in through these beds, just for a bit of colour, and they are also good for pest control. So yep, so these lettuces are pretty much done. They're coming out. I've got some more lettuces that I'm going to put in that bed up the other end of where I put the spinach, where the radishes were. These radishes are coming along very nicely, thank you very much. Haven't seen any of the broad beans pop up here yet. But the seedlings are going all right. And then we'll move on to this bed, and everything is ticking along lovely in here. I haven't actually, this is going cold because I haven't actually been here. I've just literally just pulled up at home from a trip coming back from Adelaide. So beetroot looking great. Turnips, they've doubled in size while I've been gone. The parsnips are still going okay, so I'll keep watering them with rainwater. This little plant here that I thought the cats are helping, didn't know what, that's just a marshmallow, so that's just a weed. Now that it's developed a little bit more, so that's gone. And then we'll have a little interval here. I had a little bit of a score through the week because up the road there through the week I noticed a truck. So you've got to make most of your opportunities. I was out here getting ready to unload this because my wood cutting season has started, and just up there up the road I saw the chipper and they were pulling branches off the road because the truck was full. So I thought I'll nip up there and see if they want somewhere close handy to tip their load off, and as it turned out they did. So now I have a truckload of wood chip, mostly eucalyptus. No good for using as mulch initially because the eucalyptus oils are like a weedicide, but as I'm redoing my garden over here, I can use this wood chip on the pathways, and that'll keep the weeds down on the pathways, and then in 2 or 3 years time I can shovel it up and use it as compost. So that's forward planning and being opportunistic and all of those things which you've got to do if you are trying to do things on the cheap. Okay, so the brassica garlic bread, after the little interlude, is ticking along nicely. Some of the bigger ones I've got, this one over here has got a bit of damage on the leaf. I'll inspect that in a moment. All of the garlic seems to be ticking along very nicely. I bought some more bark garlic cloves while I was gone too. I really don't know what's going on here. Whether it could just be the salt water too, and it's just coming out to this leaf. These guys are really helping. I think they've missed me. At least somebody missed me. So these might have to cop another dipel spray, I reckon. There's just a little bit of bug damage starting to come through. And one of the other things I've been doing through the week, which has meant I really haven't done much in the garden, is the firewood season has started. So the second little interlude coming now with a bit of time lapse. So that was a pretty exhausting 4 minutes. Going hammer and tongs I was. So these guys are ticking along very nicely too. They did get out once, but that's because up there I forgot to tie the gate off and they pushed it open. The lambs are starting to really get some stockiness about them already. The ewes are quite interested in us, and they've actually started to really hammer this down. So the feed's getting down a bit in here now. You can see the tussocks of tussocky grass, which means I'm going to have to get another fence built or fixed so that I can move them into a different paddock and spell this one. So they've probably got another week in here comfortably. And I'm away for a little while, so I've got to get something sorted out for them. And then we'll move along. So here's Sammy and Lexi here helping me. Truck's going past. Onions, truckload of onions. This is the semi-composted heap. This is the new composted heap. I do a bit of wood turning, so I bring my wood shavings out into the compost for the browns, as well as wood chip. So I'll have another base to put up the end there soon, and I plan on going to get some sheep manure to start dressing the beds off with. Just for those who are following along, we found a boxthorn plant. So I decided I wasn't going to grub it out. I've actually sprayed that with some glyphosate Roundup, for anyone else who doesn't know, because I wanted to make sure I got the roots killed. And then I'll grub it out and just chip it in with the other stuff. Okay, so about here where the pallet is, probably somewhere in that vicinity there, I've got some old tanks I'm going to cut down into more raised garden beds, and I'm going to put one there, and it's going to be a little bit of an experiment, I guess. I'm going to do some crowd planting in it. I'm going to plant things in there really, really close together. Start in the middle with some higher plants, maybe some broad beans or some bush beans, and then work my way around in circles, coming out with everything real close together, and just see how it goes. It'll go into some good stuff, maybe sheep manure, chook manure mix on top, so it's got lots of guts in it. And that'll just be a winter veg type experiment, I guess. So tree here is dead, so before I put a bed here, I'm going to cut that down so I don't run the risk of dropping it on top of the bed. That'll happen this week sometime. And I've got another dead one over here, and that's due to the soil and the salinity. These are tuit gums, and they grow well in the region, but they just don't do well here, any of them. Anyway, thanks for coming along for a look this week, and I will see you next time.